Hi everyone, it's so good to have you here. Today I'm going to teach you 3 keys to get clear on what you want. This is the first video of a 5-part Facebook Live video series, and it's called Your Path to Wealth. We're going to get started in just a second, but first I want to tell you a little bit about me, because you might not know me. Some of you do. My name is Alana Heim, and it sounds like Anaheim, so think of Disneyland, the city of fun and adventure. And I'm the Prosperity Alignment Coach, and I own my own business, Prosperity Alignment. I'm a certified public accountant. I'm also a personal financial specialist and a certified financial planner. So I have over 16 years experience working with my clients, and ultimately through my business, I love working with people, and I love working with people who actually are struggling with money and that relationship. So I guide them to take control of their finances so that they can achieve the financial prosperity that they really want. That might be financial freedom, financial security, financial sustainability, whatever that might be. So I know I'm ready to get started, just kind of to teach you these 3 keys. Are you ready? Because if you're ready, go ahead and send me a like and let me know you're ready. Awesome, cool, excited. So real quick, give me 1 second. I am going to share this live feed onto my personal page. And so in the meantime, while you're waiting, whether you're live right now or you're actually watching the replay of this video, I want you to share below. Let me know where you're from. Like, where are you watching this right now? Because I love knowing where you are. And this is my first time going live. So, okay, I'm sharing it. And I hope you guys are engaged still. And I'm going to share one more place. And so as you're still sitting here and you're still waiting, what's something you want? Is there anything that you can post right now and share with me so that I have an idea of kind of where you're at right now in your life? Because that's important. It's important to know. Yeah, this is taking a lot longer than I thought, so I apologize for the wait. All right, I'm ready to go. Are you guys ready? Ready to jump in? I know some of you had liked it, so here we go. Key number 1, choose your time frame. So remember, right now we're talking about get clear on what you want. And we really need to kind of set the intention for this goal or this dream that you have. Maybe that's 3 months. Is it 6 months? Is it a year? Is it longer? What is this big dream that you have, and what's the time frame? So right now, if you are able to come up with that time frame, or you kind of have an idea of where you're at, post below in the comments and share, you know, if it's a 3-month, 6-month goal that you have. And the reason it's important to have this time frame is because it's nice to have these short-term and long-term goals, even mid-term, because these goals that we have personally are the same kinds of goals that we actually create financially. So even in the way of managing our money, we will, you know, create short-term goals, mid-term, long-term, and there's different ways of managing our money. You know, if we want a savings account versus an investment account or a retirement account, those all have to deal with different duration terms, if you will. So the same way of thinking about, you know, what's a goal that you have? Maybe it really is 3 months from now. I want you to just kind of think in this bigger way of expansive thinking, knowing that you can also create all of those types of goals. Maybe you want to create one in each of those categories. One short-term, mid-term, long-term. But at least to be separating so that you can be working on whatever feels right or starting to create that. For key number 2, I want you to define and envision what you want. So take a minute, maybe even close your eyes, take a deep breath, what do you want? And do you even know what you want? Have you thought about it? Because what I know is that when we are children, we love to think big and dream big, and we want everything. And at some point, we lose that vitality and that expansive way of being and dreaming and thinking. So I want you to kind of connect to that inner child within you. Before somebody shut you down, before somebody told you it was impossible, before somebody told you you can't have that, I want you to drop into the place of remembering that you can dream up anything and you can have it. So what's something you want? If you want to share below in the comments, what's something that you want? I know right now something that I want and my family wants. We really want some sort of like an RV or a toy hauler kind of trailer so that we can start traveling more across the state, across the country, and have the experiences of just seeing nature and meeting new people. And so that's something we really want. So that's something that I have on a vision board. I actually have and we'll try and post pictures of the vision board because I know it's a little hard to actually show you an example right now. Some of you are probably very familiar with vision boards. The vision board at least helps you to capture and get an idea and maybe find more of the clarity that you really need in coming up with your vision. I take a little bit of a different approach when I am working with my clients. So I like to create more of a vibrational vision board. And vibrational meaning it's energy and it's moving. And I like for my clients to see the progress, to see the shift as it's happening. So to know that, maybe there's like something that you really want, that it's in your room for more. Like there's room for more. It's that big, expansive, impossible thing that I'm asking you to come up with right now. That you almost feel like this will never happen, but it's there. And so as it's starting to actually come up the board and it's moving, you're moving it into a category called what I give attention to. Because now you're actually focusing on your dream. You're actually starting to give a little bit more energy and take action and have it happen. So that when it ultimately gets to the top, it's what I know for sure. And what I know for sure is that I'm going to have this dream. It is here, like it's, whether it's like, oh, the trailer's in my yard, like it's parked on the side of the house, I have it, I succeeded. And really you're looking at being able to follow the journey and the process and to be really excited to see as it's coming about versus a typical vision board where it's just kind of stationary, it's permanent. And I know that dreams change. So where you are right now and what you're dreaming about may actually change in 3 months. Or the dream that you have, you're going to realize it's going to happen, and then you're going to need another dream. You're going to need something else to start focusing on. So that's really the exciting part. So in this whole key of defining and envisioning what you want, you have to be really expansive and even inspired. What's something just so impossible? Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to open a meditation center. Maybe you want to go back to college or change careers. Like that can feel really expansive, and it's just you're putting out the idea and the thought of what it is that you want, because that's what's important. And sometimes we lose sight of that. And so I want you to just think outside the box, realize what feels really impossible, because I know that you can have it, and I know that it really is possible for you. So be as clear and specific as possible. So I have this $50 bill, and you can see that there's a lot of detail in this picture. That there's all these windows, and there's trees, and there's even the clouds in the sky behind. You want to get as detailed as possible so that when you're truly envisioning what it is that you want, that it's going to come, it's going to happen. And sometimes this is where we might have, the thought that I don't really like my job, I don't want this job anymore, and then all of a sudden we get fired or something happens and we lose our job, but we never had the replacement there. We hadn't actually stopped to think about what did we want to have fill that void? What did we want to have fill that space? And so I want you to be really clear about what you want, because guess what? That's exactly what shows up. And so the more positive you are about asking for what you want, knowing what it is, it's going to show up. Sometimes it takes longer, but the more that you're really in tune with that dream and having that crystal clarity, the more that it's going to just jump in. So hopefully that resonates with some of you or all of you about how good it feels, even to just start dreaming and thinking big and having fun with it, because that's what life's about. We're here to have fun. We're here on this path to wealth, and to really enjoy the journey, and create and fill our space with everything that we really want. So good to have you guys here. Thank you for your likes and your comments and whatnot. So moving on to key number 3, determine why you want this. Now that's hard, because especially if at some point you lost a little bit of your excitement for creating what it is that you want, it may feel a little bit more difficult to even know why you want it. There's a lot of conditioning that we kind of pick up from our family and our friends and everybody around us, and they have our best interest in heart, but guess what? You have your best interest in heart even more so. You know what feels good to you, and you know what it is that you really want. So I highly encourage you to actually think about you, because it's about you. Your dreams are about you. So if in the past there were people that wanted for you or told you this is what you should want and this is what you should do, I want you to remember that it's not their dream. They may actually be attempting to live through your dream, but this is your dream. So why do you want it? I want you to make sure that when you're really thinking about this dream, that it feels good to you, that it actually energizes you. So even right now, as you're listening to me speak, and you're starting to kind of drop in and think about and feel what it is that you want, what actually brings a really big, vibrant smile to your face? Like, what lights you up and gets you excited? Because when you can know what that is and why you want it, you're going to have even more ability and excitement to push you when sometimes it feels hard, or when it sometimes feels so impossible. And you're going to know that it's fulfilling your deeper purpose. And a lot of times that's what we're seeking. We want to have that fulfillment. We want to feel good. And so the why is just so incredibly important. And it might be that you're realizing, I want to change careers. Why? Because I need to do more with my life, or I want to help people, or I want to serve on a grander scale than where I'm at. And for me, that was huge. For me, stepping out of being in the typical public accounting industry, preparing tax returns, and just sitting at a desk, I was feeling like I was losing a part of myself, that I wasn't connecting on a deeper level to my clients. They needed help with money, and they were really struggling, but the paradigm that was kind of created in working with clients and bring me your shoebox of tax stuffs and I prepare it, it wasn't the right setting, and could I bill for it? That I knew I had to step out and create my own business, create my own way. And my deep why was because I could see and feel the pain of my clients, and they needed more. And it's just something that really called to me and was important. And so that's my mission. I want everyone to be financially sustainable, that we all have it within us, that we just need to kind of find it and call it out and move forward. So I have a quote from Napoleon Hill, who is the author of Think and Grow Rich. He said, strong, deeply rooted desire is the starting point of all achievement. So it's that deeply rooted why. Why do you want what you want? Whether it's the 3-month kind of short-term goal, maybe a mid-term goal, or that long-term goal, why do you want it? What does it do for you? Does it fill you up? Does it energize you? It's so important. So what is your why? I'm curious to know, and please feel free to comment below and share, like, why do you want what you want? Because that's the important part. And I'm going to give you a bonus tip. I want you to write it down. So I want you to write down this dream or dreams that you have. And you can write it on paper. I love to write it on paper. It just feels really good. But you can type it on your computer. You can type it right now in the comments to share it and get it out of you. Because sometimes, like, it just feels stuck inside of us. And this is a safe space to be able to boost and encourage each other. I am going to be going through the comments later and making sure that I get to meet each of you and respond, because once you come up with the dream, the hard part, it feels really good to then be able to share it with people who are actually going to lift you up and who are actually going to really enjoy it. So that's just kind of like the fun part of life, and why we all need each other, that even if you're a stranger, I can reach out and help you and meet you and connect with you and boost you, because sometimes our family and friends have known us for so long that they remember the old you or the old ways, and they, might think that dreams aren't as possible as they really are. And I'm here to tell you they are, and I believe in you, and I know you can have it. So I want to recap. I know, we've been going like 15 minutes or so. That's pretty good. I can just keep talking. So anyway, I wanted to kind of really have this space to give you the information that you need in a way that hopefully it just kind of resonates with you. So if it resonates, send me a heart or send me a like. Let me know how this is helpful for you. To recap, so we've gone over 3 keys to get clear on what you want. Okay, so the first key, choose the time frame. Choose your time frame, short term, midterm, long term. Just kind of have that idea and know how to separate some of your goals. The second key, define and envision what you want. And so that's really important. And I know I touched on a little bit about you can use a vision board. You can just really have some meditation time too. You can be connecting within your thoughts and feeling how good it is to have it. The third key, determine why you want this. And the why is probably going to tug at your heart a little, and maybe even get some emotions out that you weren't really sure was even there. And that's good, because when you're expressing your emotion, you're actually releasing the energy that's going to help you to have this become your reality. Bonus tip, write it down, because now you're letting it out. It's not just something that's hidden within you. You're actually just sharing it, whether it is with yourself or sharing it right now on Facebook and letting other people know what your dream is, because guess what? You may actually inspire them to dream even bigger. And maybe your comment or what you're dreaming about is something that sparks the idea that, wow, I want that too. And so just so you know, whether you are ever envious of someone, it's because you're feeling that you want that. And guess what? You can have it. It's okay to feel what it is you want and to really connect with it, because that's the important piece. And then when you find people who already have it, guess what? They may be able to help you get there. They may be able to share the tips that helped them. And we're all uniquely different, but just being in that energy and knowing you can have what someone else has, that's kind of exciting. And that's what helps lift you up to be the best you, so that you can now have everyone else be the best them when they're with you, or we're just kind of spreading that love, if you will. So give me a heart if you totally resonate with that. Yeah, thank you. So I just want to quickly wrap up, because we've already been here about 20 minutes. I gave you all the 3 tips and the bonus tip. If you have enjoyed this video, please tag someone. Tag someone that you think will benefit from the information that was shared, because that's important. Part of my mission is just to educate and also be giving value, giving information, because I want you to be living your dreams and to be truly happy in your life and sharing that with the world around you. Lastly, I know I mentioned that this is a 5-part series. So this is week 1, and join me next week for week 2, or our second video of this 5-week series. And that one, we're going to be, it's called Understand the Energies of You and Money. It'll be same time. It's part of this Your Path to Wealth series. And so that's next Friday, July 28th at noon Pacific Standard Time. And I'm really excited that you were a part of this with me today. And I really look forward to getting to know you and seeing you next week. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye.